Hello Divine Feminine and welcome to your power message for Thursday. My name's Liz and this is guided by angels. And we're going to connect with quite a few decks today to do an overall check-in for you. So we're going to connect with what energy you're in today and why. We're going to bring in an answer to any questions you have. We're going to bring in an energy around your spiritual journey, around finances, health and stability, and also about love. So we're going to kind of do an overall check-in with the angels. So we're going to begin then with the Sacred Light Oracle. So thank you, angels. What's the energy, please, around the Divine Feminines today? What's the energy around the Feminines? So the first energy coming up, look at this, magical alchemy. And I love this because we've got the number 23. So this is showing you in 2023, you are the magician of your life. You are a magical alchemist. You can make things happen. You are motivated and strong, and your curiosity helps you to bring things in because you're ahead of your time. So that's saying to you, you are ahead of your time. That means you understand things in a much deeper way than maybe other people. It means that you see things in a higher way when other people can seem to be stuck. And this is also powerful because you are ahead of your time, which means no matter how old you are, whether you are young or old, you are an old soul and you are strong and you are wise. And I feel that you give advice to people who are even younger than you in a physical way. So this is about you being very mature, and I feel you give advice to people in your family who may be older physically than you, because they may be older physically than you, but you're the old soul and you're teaching them and growing. So I'm seeing this as maybe giving advice or wisdom to a father or a mother or an older sister or brother or a friend or someone who's older than you in physical years, but younger than you in spiritual truth or spiritual awareness. And this makes you powerful. So 2023 is a powerful year. It's a year of building and change. It's a year of magic and alchemy. It's a year when things are starting to fall into place and you are seeing the results. And this is because of who you are. You know, you are this innovator. You make things happen. You see things in a higher way. So the angels are showing you your power, and also that your power is kindness, compassion, empathy, and understanding. Your power is to respond with love and be peaceful instead of reacting with fear. When I'm looking at this card, I'm actually seeing Sadhguru, you know, this powerful, peaceful mediator, someone watching over you, a guide or an ancestor or loved one. Someone who's helping you to remember to remain at peace. And, you know, whomever this is you're connecting with, I'm seeing this as some form of guru in your life. You know, when I look at this card for me, for example, I think whenever I get triggered or go through something, I always think, what would Jesus do? How would he respond in this situation? Because he certainly wouldn't react. And sometimes we react because we get triggered by the outside world, circumstances, our ego or our pride gets bruised or affected, or we feel unappreciated, or we feel like we're not understood, and we start getting angry and frustrated at that because we feel we deserve more. And we absolutely do, but look within for it. In other words, never look for anyone else to fulfill your happiness, because happiness is an inside job. And this is about your inner alchemy. So when we stop looking to our twin to make us happy, or expecting them to behave in a certain way, which always creates disappointment because they are teaching us and growing us, when we look within ourselves, we then begin to give ourselves all the things that we crave from them. Or we give ourselves all the things we crave from another. And then we feel satisfied within and whole. And when we feel that way, our cup begins to overflow. And we have more to give. So we feel more content and happy and more at peace in the now. And that's really why we've come. So this is about you starting to create life in a magical way. Seeing things in a higher way and realizing that thoughts become things and your perception creates your reality. So let's bring in an answer from the angels. So what answers are coming in around you today? Jumping straight out here. Be assertive. So other cards were trying to come out, but they went back in the deck. So be assertive. And on the back of the deck, look at this, within the next few months. So it feels like within the next few months, things are happening to help you to know your truth, and you can be assertive here. So this is about you standing up for what you believe in, knowing your worth and knowing your truth. You really do hold the key to your own destiny, and you're being shown that there. And all those beautiful rainbow lights are about protection and power and blessings, reminding you to remain positive, because positivity is the key. Positivity, just like happiness, is a choice. And we can choose that every single day. We wake up in the morning and it's a fresh slate. You know, Abraham Hicks talks about a reset. When we sleep, we reset. So if you're struggling with something really badly and it's stressing you out, if you have a nap, you press the reset button. It's a lot like when we reset our phone or we turn it on and off to reboot it. We get rebooted through sleep. So every day is a fresh slate. Every day is the opportunity to begin again. No matter how bad yesterday was or what happened or what today has in store, you can choose positive power. You can choose to start this day feeling excited and grateful and empowered. They give me fear. You can choose to focus on joy and power and peace instead of fear and negative thoughts. So choose positivity, choose to be optimistic, choose happiness and joy. And when you do that, the universe will begin to work around you and open doors for you. And those doors may be where there were walls before. So you can start to see results, you feel excited, and then the more positive you are, the more positive things you have to be positive about. Just like when you're grateful, the more grateful you are, the more grateful things you have to be grateful for. So remain positive today and be assertive and know your truth. Let's bring in then the Angel Therapy Oracle. So we're going to bring in a message around service while these are jumping out. So the first card is the solar plexus chakra. It's safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. So again, this is about positivity today. Focus on the positives. Respond with love instead of reacting with fear. Sometimes we have to hold our tongue or bite our tongue so we don't lash out in that anger or that frustration through fear and struggle. And that's a reaction. If we feel like reacting, we can take a moment to process, because that's always the healthier option. That's always the sensible approach, because then we don't say things we don't mean or do things we regret or act in crazy ways. And they give me a block in the throat. So I know it's hard if you're in separation or they're not communicating because you want to be heard and understood. But it's safe for you to be powerful by taking charge of your life in a positive way, by choosing peace, by choosing to feel at ease with where you are and to know your truth. And we've got power animal. So the spirit animals around you today, your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with this situation. So you may already know who your power animal is. This could be an animal you connect with very closely, or it could be a spirit animal, a pet that you've had in this life that's transitioned over and is around you, helping you. But this is the angels assisting you from the other realms. So your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you. For me, for example, my animal spirit guide is a cat, because cats are very psychic and powerful, but they're also very independent and strong. You may connect with a unicorn, a horse. You could connect with a dragon. Remember, these are also what people may call myth or legends, because these energies are around in the other realms. So it's not always that you've got an animal that you connect with straight away. It could be that you've got a guide around you, such as a unicorn. We've all got a personal unicorn, a personal dragon, helping to remove things out of the way, helping us to understand and see with the eyes of love, not fear, through innocence and purity. Just like we have a guardian angel assisting us, we can call on any of the archangels. We are supported. So your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you. And the fox has really been around lately saying, I'm helping to bring in solutions and decisions and power. So clear yourself of any stress. And they give me the word enjoy yourself. So even though that says clear yourself, when we clear ourselves of struggle and stress and things that seem to be dragging us down, we enjoy the journey. We start to enjoy life. We start to enjoy ourselves. And we can ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed in May. Because I do feel May is a healing month. It's a month of challenges and triggers, but it's bringing in lots of growth. It's bringing in clarity and understanding. It's bringing things up to the surface for healing. And that's why you may feel sensitive emotionally. So you may be feeling teary. You may be having those moments where you just want to cry. And you may even be having emotional sensitivity in a happy way. So you may even be crying tears of gratitude or joy, as well as tears of pain or sorrow. Because when we cry, we purge, we release, we let go. Our soul smiles when we cry because we are getting rid of anything that's built up inside in a really healthy way. So honour and respect your deep sensitivity as it's a gift to us all. So remember, your sensitivity is a gift. It's been given to you by God, and it's a talent you have and you can fine tune. So this is about your clairsentience, the way you feel. And that's another reason why, I knocked the camera over, sorry about that there. That's another reason why we connect with the solar plexus chakra, because the solar plexus is about the gut instinct, and you feel things in your gut. You feel things in your stomach area sometimes. And when we go through things, we can be sensitive in the stomach. You know, if we go through loss, for example, we can find that we are constantly going the toilet. You know, we're constantly releasing from our body. Or if we are stressed out, we could hold things in. So it could be constipation, diarrhea. It could just be that you're going a bit more than usual because your body is reacting or responding, more of a reaction though, to what's going on in your mind. So when we honour ourselves and we understand that we know these things through our body, things make sense. And then we don't panic as much. We call on the angels. So we don't panic if we're going through something physically. Instead of running to the doctor, we ask our body, what's going on with you? Why are you feeling like this? What are you making me aware of? Because our body is grabbing our attention and it's helping us to understand things in a deeper way. So when we honour and respect our gifts, we can share those with the world. So that means that you are a clairsentient being, you feel. It means you are clairvoyant, you see. You are clairaudient, you hear, and many more. So it shows you that your gifts are your power. And the angels are asking you to use that power today. It's a gift. Don't see it as a burden or a struggle. See it as a beautiful gift. So let's bring in some messages about finances. We're going to bring in the angels of abundance. And if you are worrying about money or there's anything on your mind in the material world, call on Archangel Ariel, because she will help you to manifest more and create in your life. So we've got take a divinely guided chance. This is really powerful because this is absolutely what we need to do as a light worker. You know, this is what I had to do as a light worker. I had to take a divinely guided chance to work full time on Guided by Angels. And it was fear at first for me. You know, I was working a job and doing this on the side, and I was afraid that what if? Like the ego always puts us into those what if scenarios that never come to pass. What if I can't pay the bills? What if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? All these crazy things we think. But when we take that divinely guided chance that we're guided to take, everything works out. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. So whatever those new territories may be. So this is with service and career. If you're thinking about changing jobs or opening a new business or starting a channel or whatever it is you're doing, or maybe you're thinking about relocating or moving somewhere new. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar, but no longer appropriate for you, you make more powerful decisions and you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. And this is really what the masculines are being guided to do, because if they've been in the same job for years and years, or they've been married for years and years, They've got to take this risk. And that's why it can take time to put that plan into place, because we have to get the strength emotionally to make that change and take that chance. But when we do it, we realise how amazing it is. When I look back, I think I can't believe I waited so long to do this channel, because I was putting energy into it, but I was also putting energy into something else. So when we make a decision to follow our heart, the universe will back our plans and help us. And that's what you're being shown. So if things are taking a little bit of time for your masculine to make the decision, they give me fear, and that brings up fear because you see that as an obstacle or a block. If you're thinking, oh, they're not moving forward towards me because of their karmic marriage or their addiction or something else, these obstacles and blocks are being lifted. But you must trust in divine timing and give them time to make the decisions and do things their way, because that's how they'll follow through on their plans. And while these obstacles and blocks are being lifted, focus on being open to receive and being receptive to love. All your good personal work and your positive energy, it's helping you. So what the angels are saying here is all the work you've been doing on you and your personal journey, your positive energy by keeping your thoughts uplifted, it's helping you to uplift your energy so you see over these blocks and obstacles and you realise they are being lifted. And I'm seeing this as Archangel Michael protecting you and helping you. So your positive energy shifts have overcome previous obstacles and blocks are being lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. So in other words, whatever you've been setting intentions about or asking for or manifesting, results are on the way. And understand it's safe for you to receive those results. It's safe for you to receive union. It's safe for you to receive your dream career. It's safe for you to be powerful in powerful ways. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. In other words, the more you fill up your own cup, the more you have to give. The more you focus on kindness, love, empathy, and compassion, the more of that you'll receive. So open your arms to receive today and be a conduit for good. Allow it to come to you and through you as it blesses the world. So let's bring in Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, to bring in a message about health or ascension or anything else you may be going through today. One card, consult a nutritionist. So when we see this, we think about diet. We think about changing diet or asking someone for help with that. But really this is about connecting with yourself and asking yourself and your body, what do you need? And it's not just about the nutrition you take into yourself, such as the food you eat or the beverages you drink. It's also about being good to yourself by what you surround yourself with, who you talk to in your day, who you allow into your aura and energy field, how your chakras feel. Do they need cleansing today? Do you need more sleep or rest by listening to your body and giving it what it needs? So you're the nutritionist you can consult. Dear Raphael, I turn my eating over to you. So if there's any issues around eating, if you've been through an eating disorder or any challenges around swallowing or anything connected with the throat, remember this is connected with the throat chakra and being heard and understood. So ask your angels to guide you and help you and heal you and help you to eat food and beverages that taste good and they are fulfilling to you and support your ideal health and weight. So maybe you are thinking about your diet because you maybe want to lose some weight. And remember, when we take on excess weight, it's because we're protecting ourselves. When we put layers of fat on, if we're protecting ourselves, it's because we feel unloved or unworthy or we're going through some kind of pain. I remember when my dad died, and this was in 2000, and obviously I wasn't awake or aware then, but I was going through a big awakening then anyway. I was about 20, I can't remember, I was 21, 22 when my dad passed away. But at that time, I was nearly 23, I think, 22, 23. It was in 2000. You work it out. I'm 46 now. I was born in 76, so you work the dates out, I lose track. But the point I'm making is when my dad died, because even though I'd lost people before, it was the first time I'd lost a parent, and I dealt with it through overeating. I was overeating. At the time, I didn't know why I was overeating, because obviously if I look back now, I was trying to fill up the void. I was feeling abandoned. I was feeling pained. I was going through struggle. So I was overeating to create a barrier around me in the outside world, and I was creating excess fat to protect myself. And I was eating anything I could get my hands on at the time. And, I was putting weight and weight and weight on, and I was becoming bigger and bigger. And I actually went up 3 dress sizes in that time. And then I addressed the situation. And this went on for a period of a few months, and I addressed the situation. I thought, what am I doing? Because I realised that it wasn't serving me, it wasn't healthy for me. I was feeling tired more. I was starting to have pains in the body. I couldn't do my work properly. People were starting to judge me. I was judging myself. And I started really looking at my life, and I realised what was going on, and I addressed what I was doing. I knew that I wasn't happy or satisfied in the job I was doing. So I made a bold change. And at that time in my life, I was actually the licensee of a bar. I ran my own pub, and I made the decision to leave that behind me and begin again. And I was living there, and I actually left where I was living, and I moved back home with my mum for a few months. And within a month, that weight had fell off because my mum was there. And even though at the time me and my mum hadn't got the perfect relationship that we did have in the end, I felt like I had support there because my mum was there. So because my mum was giving me the love that I was craving from my dad, and more importantly, I was giving it back to myself, the weight just dropped off. So always look at things going on in your life and think, why am I doing that? When I went through the loss of my mum, and my mum was a real soulmate to me, I loved her so much, and we went through her challenges, don't get me wrong, there was big challenges that we overcome to get the beautiful relationship we had in the end. But when my mum passed away, I was buying things and trying to compensate or overcompensate by buying things to fill up the void that was left by her leaving my life. So we handle things in crazy ways. Some people turn to alcohol, some people turn to drugs, some people turn to gambling and other things. And the best thing to do is to not judge, because until you walk in someone's shoes, you can't understand what they're experiencing. And when you go through your own life experiences, you recognize in a higher way why people do the things they do. So this is about understanding that. I remember when my mum's mum died, my nana, and my mum was at that time an alcoholic, and she was drinking more and buying things. And at the time I didn't understand, but now I do. She was just really trying to fill a void. And that's what we do as divine feminine sometimes when we're missing our masculine. We try and fill a void. Or the masculines definitely do it with the feminine when they try and fill voids with their physical world. So see things in a higher way. The only nutritionist you need to consult today is you. And your angels can be your nutritionist too. They can guide and help you. I remember once when I was deciding to eat healthier, and I went shopping, and I was in a supermarket, and I was on my own. I was calling on the angels and talking to Archangel Raphael, and I reached up on a shelf to get something, and something else fell into my trolley. And I was like, yep, leave the thing I was going to pick on the shelf and buy what's fallen into the trolley, because that's the angels stepping in. That's divine intervention. That's how powerful things happen when we give it to God. So what we're going to do as well is bring in the powerful Archangel Michael, the strength angel. I like to call him the Thor of heaven, jumping straight out. Look at this. Wow, you're on the right path. So Archangel Michael is saying to you, if you do all the things we've discussed today, you're absolutely on the right path. And you're on the right path anyway in your life, especially if you're seeing number sequences such as 717 or 717, 1717, 777, because it's showing you're on the right path. So we can say today in prayer, when prayer, remember, is asking, Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me and my loved ones strength. So, the angel's saying you can call on this for your loved ones as well. If you're thinking about someone you want to help today, maybe your twin, maybe a mum, a dad, a sister, a brother, a friend, maybe another divine feminine. Thank you for giving me and my loved ones help and support and love. And thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with the courage and confidence to make healthy life changes. And those healthy life changes can be to focus on the good, to connect with yourself, to focus on positivity and peace, to trust yourself more, to listen to your intuition, to know it's safe for you to be powerful and strong, to listen to your body and what it needs, to change things in your life that aren't serving you, such as negative beliefs or negative thinking, but also things to do with work or career or health, or to do with love, to do with relationships, the people you are around. So Michael is saying when you address all of that, you know you're on the right path, and you know by the way you feel inside. So the message coming through today then, wow, we've got to express your inner child, really powerful. So today, allow your inner child to express its wishes and desires. Give it your attention, for you love it very much and want to show it your affection. So remember, there's an inner child within you. And that inner child loves you and wants what's best for you, but also wants you to be happy too. So our inner child can also be a bit like the ego, where the ego wants things now. It can be very demanding. And children can be that way too. If they don't get what they want, they can scream, they can throw a tantrum. But you also have to be the higher self, the adult, and reparent yourself sometimes to give yourself what you need. We angels have been guiding you in self-parenting methods to care for the child within you who has needs and feelings exactly like any other, including the desire to express playfulness and to be spontaneous. The angels will work with you today in co-parenting that bright light within you, allowing you to shine more radiantly. Your energy levels will return to normal and your enjoyment of life will increase. Let's begin by taking a moment to interview your inner child by silently aloud or in writing asking yourself these questions. So this is the way we connect with ourselves. How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling right now, really? How am I feeling? I feel I've got a little bit of neck ache today. And you may be connecting with that too. Neck ache is about decisions. It can be connected with changing your mind, doing things in a new way. And, it's just now that I'm remembering really I've got that pain because they're making me aware of it physically. So neck pain can be about changes. And it may be that you've slept funny. I slept a bit strangely last night. But there was also a few things on my mind to do with the material world. So maybe you're thinking about that and that's on your mind. What would you like to tell me? This is what you're asking yourself. What would you like to tell me? The first thing that pops in your mind could be you're doing too much, or you need a rest, or you need a break. How can I help you? So you're saying to yourself, how can I help you? And your inner child may say, relax today, breathe, it's going to be okay. What do you need from me? What do you need? Remember, this is how you consult your inner nutritionist. What do you need from me? How can I help you? What would you like to tell me? How are you feeling? And these are really things that therapists would say to us. So you can be your own therapist today. A therapist would say to you, how are you feeling right now? What would you like to tell me right now? Because therapists listen. Yes, they talk, but they listen. And I can only go off what I've seen on the TV, but, I've never been to a therapist, but I am an angel therapist. So, for example, when you have a reading with me, you write down what's going on with you and express yourself, and that's the way you feel heard. And I read that back to you, which shows you you're understood, and then give you a message from heaven around that, using cards, intuition, all these things. And it makes you feel understood. So really, when we say to our inner child or our inner self, how are you feeling right now? What would you like to tell me? How can I help you? What do you need from me? We are feeling understood, especially if we feel like we don't matter to our twin or we're not recognized for who we are. So now that you've listened to your inner child's desire to be nurtured, spend the day caring for it. As you fill up this part of yourself with love, your entire being will grow happier and more peaceful. So listen to yourself today. This may be a day for you. It's more of a day for you than for your twin or for your family or friends or anyone else. Think about you today. Put yourself first. And the angels, especially your guardian angel and Mother Mary, will wrap you and envelope you in wings of love. So you'll feel comforted and strong. You may be guided to something in these cards today. Maybe you're guided to that picture of that pineapple there. Maybe you're thinking, oh, I want to eat some pineapple or have some pineapple juice. Or maybe more fruits or vegetables. That may be drawing your attention. Or you may be drawn to the deer. Maybe you're thinking about the stag and the promise of union. Or the dove for peace. But that's a definite sign of compassion. You could be connecting with Archangel Michael in this card, understanding that he's helping you to lift those blocks away. And you may be connecting with the flower, a rose, connecting with an apology, following your inner child and connecting with yourself. Maybe you're having stomach pain. You could be connecting with your solar plexus chakra because it's helping you to know your truth, that you are on the right path, that you're being guided with the number 717. That you're clearing yourself of toxins and stress and you're being guided from above. So you could see animals today. Power animals that remind you to remain positive, that remind you to be assertive, and that within the next few months you're becoming wiser and stronger. So you may see magical alchemists like Sadhguru or maybe a magician energy, or you may connect with Jesus because you're reminded in 2023 of your personal power. And I also want to bring in before I go, I know this has been a long one, but sometimes we need to have these longer videos because we connect with each other too. So I'm just going to bring in my Twin Flame Ascension Oracle. And I'm just going to go through the deck and I'm going to bring up the things I've discussed here. So we've got excess weight, a comfort blanket, the need for safety and protection. So call on Archangel Michael for assistance. Shield yourself from heavy energies and affirm, I am safe and protected and all is well in my world. If you're having stomach issues, fear-based struggle that causes gripping pain, the need to trust the gut instinct and believe in what is intuitively known, to go with the flow. So if you've been having any pain in the stomach or any digestive issues or anything going on, make sure you trust in your gut instinct and you're feeling yourself. You're feeling strong and powerful and listening. And if you're going through any neck pain, you may be feeling stuck in old ways and patterns of behaviour. And these can again be the blocks and obstacles I spoke about earlier. You know, whereas you keep doing the same thing or going over the same things. The pain is a sign of the change that's taking place, replacing stuck thinking with a new plan, becoming flexible and adaptable to change. And I feel I need to share that today because they are giving me that physically. And I feel like I'm connecting with the collective energy, but I am also picking up with a few things that I know I need to change, that I'm stuck in, patterns of behaviour that I need to release. And it is about letting go as a divine feminine and focusing on peace. And that's today what we need to know. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.